local, state, federal elections. I don't care what it is. You couldn't pay me to vote for one.
This is starting to become a really scary recurring theme for Democrats. And what I'm talking about is black voters waking up to the Ponzi scheme and the stranglehold Democrat politicians have had on them for 60, 80, 100 years. And I've seen a lot of the videos from these black voters coming out and speaking their mind about this. But this one, I think, is pretty special. Check it out.
You couldn't pay me to vote for a Democrat. Local, state, federal elections, I don't care what it is. You couldn't pay me to vote for one. You know why? Because they know that we, and I mean people whose skin color look like mine, they know that we vote party over interest. So after we vote, what do? They don't need us for anything. That's what they do. Year after year after year. I'm from Baltimore, and I go home at least twice a year to see family. Same abandoned homes, same crime rate. We haven't had a Republican mayor since the 60s. And look at our environment. The same can be said for Memphis. The same can be said for St. Louis. The same can be said for Detroit. The same can be said for a lot of these cities all over this country that have been led down the toilet by Democrats for decades. Stop voting party over interest and vote interest over party.
It is the Democrat political leaders that have been telling the black community for the last 80 years, since FDR, we will steal that taxpayer money and we will funnel it right back to you in the form of small checks or food stamps or other handouts in order to keep them loyal to the Democrat Party. Meanwhile, take a look at the cities around them for the last 80 years. Crime through the roof, businesses, terrible conditions, litter everywhere, graffiti, and then you see the more affluent people, and this is where they start getting to the white flight thing, because Democrats obviously have ruined these cities, and so that they need to come up with some trendy catchphrase in order to trick these people into thinking, well, it's not us, it's the white people who did it. It was the white flight. Has nothing to do with that. People don't want to live in these conditions. So if they have the means to get out, they will. But guess who doesn't have the means to get out? The ones whom the Democrats have had control over this entire time. The ones whom they've tied themselves to. And so these people feel like they need to go back to the Democrat Party in order to get some little bit of whatever they can from the government and the funding. They don't see it from the Republicans. The Republicans aren't saying that they're going to give them handouts. The Republicans, and when I say Republicans, I mean true conservatives and good Republicans, not rhinos, are saying we're going to lower the crime rate in your city. We're going to make your city a place where businesses want to be. We're going to lower regulations on the businesses that are there so that they will flourish. We're going to encourage those businesses to be able to hire more individuals and build new locations. We want to spur economic growth in your city. We want to invite entrepreneurs into that place. We want to build that place up through good policy. But what don't these conservatives say? Well, we're just going to give you a handout, because that's what the snake Democrats say. In the meantime, they look at the city around them completely falling apart, and they're waking up to it now. I've seen a lot of comments where people are saying, nope, it doesn't matter. Many of these black communities, these black voters, are just going to vote Democrat anyway. At the end of the day, they're going to say all this, but then they're going to vote Democrat anyway. What I can say, please, if you're listening or if you're able to share this video, please do not do it anymore. Just think about what Joe Biden said about you. If you're black or you're a part of the black community, think about what he said about you 4 years ago. If you don't vote for me, this is what Joe Biden said. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. This is how racist these people are, telling you what you are if you don't vote for him. If you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black. This is how disgusting these people are. And this is the kind of stranglehold that they know that they've had. They strung you along for 80, 90 years, strung you along, and you stuck with them. And now they're the first ones to cut the ties. They were never your allies the entire time. It's time for you to cut them off as well. What do you all think about this? Leave your comment below. I'll catch you on the next video.